Decoded Phonics Lesson 3. Today we're going to practice the s and a sounds we've already learned, and we're going to learn the new sound t and the word at. Let's air write. Point at the B, put your finger on the B. We're going to follow him around the s. Say the s sound as you go. Here's the a sound we've already learned, the small a. Point at the B and follow him round, up and down. Say a as you go. A, 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 a. Now let's do the capital A. Put your finger on the B. We're going to go top, down to the left, top, down to the right, halfway up and across. Are we ready? Starting at the top, down to the left, top, down to the right, middle, and across. The capital A sound. Are we ready for our new sound? The sound we're learning today is the t sound. Capital T for names, places and the start of sentences. Small t for everything else. Let's do some air writing. We're going to write capital T. Start at the top, go down to the middle, up to the top and put a line across. Are you ready? Point at the B. Remember, we're going to start at the top, go down the middle, up to the top and put a line across. Follow the B. Down, top, across. Down, top, across. And here's the small t. We're going to go down and curl. Almost to the top and across. Should we do that again? Start at the top, down and curl. Almost to the top and across. Put your finger on the B and say t, 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 t. And again, t, 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 t. The t sound. In your workbook, you have a page where you can practice writing capital T and small t. Say t as you write the sound. Pause the video and have a go. And now it's time for our listening game. I'll say a word and you need to decide is the t sound at the beginning, the middle or the end. Are you ready? The first word is bat. Bat. Let's break it down. B, a, t. B, a, t. Bat. Is the sound the t sound at the beginning, the middle or the end? B, a, t. Pause the video and write in your T sound. Did you get it right? The T was at the end of the word. Let's try the next word. What? That's a question, isn't it? What time is it? What? W-o-t. What? W-o-t. What? Where is the T sound? Pause the video and write it in. It was at the end, wasn't it? What? The T sound was on the end. Here's the next word. 10. T-en. T-en. Where's the T sound? Pause the video and write it in. It was at the beginning, wasn't it? Ant. A-nt. A-nt. Ant. Pause the video and write in the T sound. Did you get it right? It was at the end. Sty. The pig is in his sty, a pig-sty. St-I. 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 Where is the T sound in sty? It was in the middle. S-t-I. And here's the last word. Hat. Let's break it down. H-a-t. H-a-t. Can you hear the T sound? Pause the video and write it in. It was at the end of the word. Well done. It's blending time. We're going to blend some sounds together. Once the sound is picked, say the sound, and then we'll put the sounds together to make a word or part of a word. Here we go. Are you ready to say the sound? A, t, at, at, at. Next one. S, a, t, sa, t, sa, t, sat. Are we ready? A, s. This is the special word, isn't it? We just have an A and a S. So we make the S say Z. As. as, as. Let's try another. T, a, t, t, a, t, t, a, t, tat. Are we ready? A, s, s. Remember, when we have two of the same letter together, we only say the sound once. As, as. And because there are two s sounds, we know not to say the z sound. As, ass. The word is ass, a type of donkey. Let's try another one. A, s, t, ast, 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 ast. A, s, t, a, ast, a, ast, a, asta, asta. Sounds a bit like pasta. Maybe it's part of a word. S, t, a, t. Let's blend them together. St, a, t. St, at. Stat, stat. And now it's time to do some reading. We'll carry on with our story about Sam and Anna at the seaside. Remember that you will come across a and s together to make the word as. When we see a and s, when it is just a word on its own, we say as. As. Today, our new sound, t, will be in red, and the sounds we've learned already, a, s, will be in blue. So there's lots of things for you to read today. Let's see what Sam and Anna are up to. I'll read it first. Sam and Anna take their buckets to the sea and fill them with sparkling seawater. Their castle needs a moat. Now, a moat is something that goes around a castle, a big ditch to stop people being able to get in. And sometimes those big ditches are filled with water. Not all moats have water, but they're going to make one with water. I'll read that again. Sam and Anna take their buckets to the sea and fill them with sparkling seawater. Their castle needs a moat. Are you ready to read along with me? Here we go. Sam and Anna take their buckets to the sea and fill them with sparkling sea water. At. Now, when we say the word water, we don't really say water. We say it a little longer. We say water. So just be careful. Water. But if you want to say at for now, that's fine. Water. The castle needs a moat. That was quite a lot to read. Shall we try that again? So where we have a white card, we can blend. Let's practice our blends first. Sa. Say sa. And here's another. At. At. And the last one. Ast. Ast. Are we ready? Sam and a take their buckets to the sea and fill them with sparkling sea water. The castle needs a moat. Well done. I'll read it first and then you can join in a minute. The castle is finished at last. Sam and Anna are thirsty after all that hard work. Now you join in with me. Let's practice the blends first. Ast. Ast. At. At. Ast. 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 Sa. 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 At. 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 Are we ready? Read along with me where you can. Try and do the blending. The castle is finished at last. Sam and Anna are thirsty after all that hard work. Let's do that again. Are we ready? The castle is finished at last. Sam and Anna are thirsty after all that hard work. The castle is finished at last. Sam and Anna are thirsty after that hard work. I'll read it first and then we'll have a look at the blends and then you can read. Anna spots an ice cream van. Let's ask if it sells cans of drinks, she says. Anna spots an ice cream van. Let's ask if it sells cans of drinks, she says. Can you see these strange little marks? They're called speech marks and they tell us that Anna is saying this sentence. Right, so let's have a look at the blend. Ask, ask. Now this isn't as because this isn't a word on its own. It's got a k on the end. Ask. So this blend here is as. Are we ready? An, a. Read along with me. I'll start again. Read along. An, a. S, pot, s, a. Ice cream, v, a, n. Let, s. Ask. If it smells, cans of drinks, she says. I'll read it first. Sam and Anna discover that the ice cream van has lots of cold drinks. And there they are. They've bought a fruit shoot, I think. Right, can you read the blends first? So let's have a look at the blends. Sa. Do that again. Sa. At. At. As. Now this does not have a letter after it, so it is going to say the z sound. As. Do you want to do those again? Sa. At. As. Are we ready? Sam and a discover that the ice cream van has lots of cold drinks. And now we're going to do some writing. I will say a word or part of a word. You need to choose which sounds you need to write the word. You have a space in your workbook to write 8 words. Turn to that page now and get ready. I'm going to say the first word or part of a word, and this first one has 2 sounds. Are you ready? Listen carefully. At. The word is at. Segment it. At. Which sounds do you need? At. Pause the video and write the word. Did you get it right? The next word is sat. 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 Segment the word, choose the sounds and write it in. Pause the video and have a go. Did you get it right? Well done. Are we ready for the next one? This one has 2 sounds. As. 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 This is our special word where the sound is a z. Pause the video and write it in. I bet you got that one right, because that's our special word, as. Ready for the next one? The next one has 3 sounds. Asked. Asked. Segment it. Ast. Ast. Can you hear the sounds? Pause the video and write them in. Did you get it right? Here's the next one. This one has two sounds. Ta. Ta. Segmented. T. A. T. A. Pause the video and write ta. Did you get it right? Here's the next one. Sta. Sta. Segment it. St. A. St. A. Sta. Pause the video and write in the sounds. Did you get it right? Here's the next one. Taz. Taz. T-as. T-as. Pause the video and write it in. And there's the answer. One more. Listen carefully. Sass. Sass. S-a-s. S-a-s. Pause the video and write it in. And there's the answer. Now, if that was a whole word on its own, we would have to say saz, because the s is just one s alone on the end. We don't know if this is part of another word or if it's a word, so we can say sass. Let's have a look at some captions. On the next page in your book, you have some captions like this one, and you need to fill in the missing sounds. Just be careful. The large box is for the tall letters, so that can give you a clue as to which sound you need to use. The T is a tall letter. It is taller than S and A. At the beginning of a sentence or for a person's name, you might need to use the capital letter or capital sound, and that is why you will have a bigger box. So I'm going to read the caption, listen carefully, remember the caption, and then write in the missing sounds. So listen carefully. Sam sat at the sea. Sam sat at the sea. Can you remember that? Sam sat at the sea. Pause the video and write in the missing sounds. Remember, Sam is a person's name. Sam sat at the sea. Did you get it right? We have the capital S for Sam, so we have a larger box, and then we have the tall T sound. Sam sat at the sea. Try the next one. Anna sat with Sam. Anna sat with Sam. We have two names there, so two capital letters. And we have a tall letter as well. Anna sat with Sam. Pause the video and write it in. Did you get it right? Try the next one. A seagull swoops. A seagull swoops. Now this is part of a sentence, so it will start with a capital letter. A seagull swoops. Pause the video and write it in. Did you get it right? A seagull swoops. And we've used a capital A. Next one. A castle at last. A castle at last. Now in the word castle, there is a tall sound which we barely say, but it is there. You need to remember it is there. So just think, what is the tall sound that must go here? And here we have a capital. A castle, tall sound, at, tall sound, last, tall sound. Pause the video and have a go. Did you get it right? Last one. Pat the sand flat. Pat the sand flat. Pause the video and have a go. There, did you get it right? Very good. There are some more worksheets for you to practice writing your sounds. You can finish those in your workbook if you like. And don't forget to read your reading book as well and practice blending and spotting the sounds you've already learned. See you next time.